then it's going to be okay. In fact, it looks like this weekend, at least the today and tomorrow part of it, could be absolutely fantastic. You should make the most of it. Try to get outside, enjoy a little bit. Put the sunscreen on for the love. It gets so awfully hot out there sometimes, and the last thing you need is to end up with a piece of skin cancer on your body. You know what I'm talking about? Of course you do. Let's talk about your roof. You know, the sun can damage your roof just as much as rain or wind or any of the other elements that you end up dealing with when it comes to roofing. HHM Roofing and Construction, hhmroofs.com is an absolutely great place to get that taken care of. If you're looking at a dried out roof can really cause some problems. If you're looking at a dried out roof and you're thinking, there's certainly sections of this that could be better, well, maybe having an inspection done by HHM Roofing and Construction is the answer. You get those guys on the case, they're going to come out, they're going to shoot you straight. They'll tell you exactly what the situation is, whether you need a replacement, whether you need some repair, or whether, you can sit tight for a couple of years. You're going to be fine. No reason to spend that money right now. Maybe save up, a little bit save up. And, of course, they have financing available, too. You can get an instant estimator right there on their website, hhmroofs.com, to see how much replacing your roof would cost. Of course, if you do have an insurance claim, they'll work with you every step of the way. They do this all the time. It's pretty much all they do, this and roof building. So maintenance, inspection, repairs, full installation from the get-go. Like if you're building a house and you need a roofer, these are the guys that you should probably get involved with. And then, of course, there's emergency service as well. 396-7077, 396-7077, HHM Roofing and Construction, hhmroofs.com, the place to go, hhmroofs.com. Dollar Tree has actually put price checkers in their aisles.
Mm-hmm. Scan that little barcode.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. See what the price is.
Now, you would think...
$1.25.
Yeah, isn't the price $1.25?
Well, apparently not.
They have now begun to add things that are $1.50, $3, $5, even lately, some $10 items.
You're going to need to change the name of your store.
Oh, I don't know. Dollar General's been doing this for a long time, and nobody thinks twice about that.
Yeah, but they didn't go through the whole thing of Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
Dollar Tree was like, everything's $1 when you come in here.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, is right.
Not anymore.
Call it the $10.
But I understand the thought process because I remember my daughter is 30. We used to go and buy stuff for her Christmas stocking 28 years ago at Dollar Tree because, she's going to play with it for a day. She's going to break it. Doesn't matter how much it costs. She's going to break it. And then, it's going to be forgotten anyway. So you could go out and you could buy 10 things to shove in her Christmas stocking. And she was going to have a great time with them that day. Whether she broke them or not, they would be forgotten within 24 to 48 hours. But you get your money's worth out of it. Well, what you bought for $1 28 years ago, you can't buy for $1 today. So I can see why they're like, okay, we're going to have to change things a little bit. We're going to have to start, competing with the Five Below. We're going to have to start competing with the Dollar General. We're going to have to figure out a way that we can sell stuff that's a little bit more than $1 and get away with it. And that's why they have price checkers now, because you don't know whether something is $1.25 or $1.50 or $3.
It's just a little funny. That's just a little funny.
Yeah. Well, it's funny to us because we grew up with it being $1.
Everything was. You didn't have to ask them what the price of one item in that store was.
I used to.
Everything
all the time.
was $1.
I'd regularly walk around and just go, "How much is this?
They go,
how much
sir,
is this? How much is this?"
Oh, so it's you that prompted them to put the price checker in the store.
I was the problem.
That's you. That's your problem.
Was the problem.
You are the cause.
Sure. Mm-hmm. I will always buy my birthday cards, my birthday wrapping and or bags and bows there, always.
Yeah, there's no reason not to buy them
end of
there.
time. I'll still buy them there. Maybe Dollar General, but there for the most part is the place to go.
Well, there's some other items, too, you could get there.
Mm-hmm.
Like those aluminum pans.
Yeah.
You need 10 of those.
Cleaning products, actually.
Cleaning products are pretty cheap.
They have a pretty good knockoff of almost everything, although you don't do the knockoff Windex, but...
No, that's the only thing other than that.
Yeah,
I'll do some knockoff stuff.
Knockoff 409, knockoff... They have got toilet cleaner that is, frankly, better than, name brand over there. South Carolina man who ordered a guitar cable recently received an unexpected item inside his package. An iPhone belonging to an Amazon employee at the Augusta facility. Oops.
Oopsie.
Oh, thanks.
Had that
Appreciate
slip
the
in
iPhone.
there.
Can you unlock it for me?
Ned Lucas of Oconee County said he initially thought the phone was an unintended bonus when he opened the box. Couldn't remember who I ordered the cable from, but I'm thinking, oh, I got a little gift with it. Then I realized it was a cell phone, a real cell phone, an iPhone. Lucas said a message on the screen directed him to call a number and stated the phone had been lost at the Amazon Augusta facility. He called the number. It reached a woman who connected him with the phone's owner. She was kind of tentative when she answered the phone, so that kind of made me feel maybe this wasn't a scam. And then I explained that what I was doing, why I was calling, and she got all excited. And she called out to her, I guess it was her mother or grandmother, I forgot which, and she went and got Stephanie, who was the owner of the phone. And there you have it.
Can you imagine that
phone has
excitement? You
arrived.
think forever you've lost the phone, and then some stranger calls you and claims they have the phone.
I would rather
just-
lose my left hand than my phone. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
a
with you.
bold statement for a drummer, but I'm like, yeah, if Rick Allen can do it. Honestly, I do feel like you leave the house without this, a piece of you is missing.
I know. Well, how many times have you left it at the house and turned around and you had to go back and get it? You're like,
Yeah.
I can't possibly drive from here to the grocery store and back home without it.
Well, my grocery list
Heavens.
is on it. That's the difference.
Yeah. Payments on
oh,
it
yes.
sometimes.
Oh
and,
yeah.
You know,
I mean,
it's like leaving your wallet behind.
It's been a really long time since I left either my wallet or my cell phone behind. I'm more likely to leave my keys behind than I am either of those two things. I protect them with my life. I can't believe somebody dropped it into a box at the Amazon store. What are you thinking? Did anybody ask for a G.I. Joe movie reboot?
No.
Okay.
Wow,
Just
Steve
checking.
said that very
He
fast.
was very quick with it. He was absolutely wanted us to know that he did not believe in it. Well, there's going to be one anyway.
Oh, joy.
Danny McBride.
And look who's starring in it, huh? I would go see it
Of course
just
you would.
because of him in it.
Because it's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
It was going to be Chris Hemsworth. You'd go see it then, too. But
Mm-hmm.
it was going to be Chris Hemsworth, and he dropped out for some reason. And so Bradley Cooper, the American Sniper, come on, is now going to be the guy. I have not seen any of the G.I. Joe movies. I have not seen a single one. I was almost tempted to go see the one with Bruce Willis.
Are any of them any good? Because I've never seen any of them either.
Not
Are they
really,
all
no.
bad?
Okay. He
Really?
would know.
Not really.
Not
no,
good.
I tried.
Have you
and,
seen them?
I didn't make it through the first one.
Maybe this one, Steve. Maybe this one.
Danny McBride, I'm
No?
less than sold.
We can dream, can't we?
Well, apparently Danny McBride is.
Patti LaBelle did the All-Star Game national anthem. Would you believe I actually heard that?
Okay.
I did not watch the game, but it happened to be on, and I heard her sing it, and I was like,
Did
first
she do
off,
a good job?
I recognized it was Patti LaBelle right off the bat because I'm a big fan. She's 82 years old.
Whoa, really?
And this
think I realized
image
that.
attached to this story is her?
Yeah.
Wow.
Fans are ripping it.
Why?
Why?
Bring it up a little, Steve. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube somewhere.
Oh, it's
Just-
not good.
it's not bad. What you need to do is just kind of cut to the end of it because that's the part people really have a problem with.
Oh, no.
Here's my take on it. I'm such a Patti LaBelle fan. As far as I'm concerned, she can do no wrong. So I heard it and I was like, solid. I'll accept that. Normally people mess around with the national anthem. Like, remember when Fergie did it at the NBA All-Star Game, and
There's
you're
some
just
people
like,
that have brutalized
it's
it.
not supposed to be sexy, Fergie. Are you
No.
missing that? Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, please don't make it sexy.
Yeah, of course, Roseanne Barr doing the worst version of
No.
it ever was
Yeah.
just stupid and wrong. But then, I like kind of a straightforward version. Don't get me wrong. I like Whitney Houston's version. That's sort of the gold standard, right? Here we go. All right, cut to the last 20 seconds, let's say, because she stretches it out for about 2 minutes like a lot of soul singers will. Here we go.
Whoa. Wow.
I'd like to say I wish I could do that at 82, but I can't do that now. What a
They didn't
note.
like that part of it?
Well, listen, did you hear the crowd? They loved it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
were crazy for it.
I don't see
Yeah.
really the problem with it. I mean, she kind of just did
Yeah.
her own little deal with it. It's not like anybody else hasn't done.
No.
I don't think she murdered it.
Many people ripped on it, and I thought that was unfair. But then again, like I said, I'm an unreasonably big Patti LaBelle fan. And last but not least, Tennessee is trying to get Paramount Studios to consider coming to their state as they are looking at getting out of California. Not for any woke reason or anything like that. It's just because, the taxes and everything. And
Yeah, it's a money situation.
Crazy.
Come on.
So they're like,
Head to Tennessee.
there's a lot of places
go.
we could be filming.
Mhm.
And, so Tennessee is trying to woo them with some tax incentives and so on and so forth.
Georgia did that with
Yeah.
their whole setup.
Yeah, that's over now, sadly. But
Yeah, that is too bad.
yeah, see if we can't lure some people over here, huh? Can we get a little
Why
something,
not?
something?
Come on, Alabama.
Let's go.
Hey,
9.
let us go after Paramount. Come on.
I'm with you. 9:17 with Dixon and Vining. Steve's take on the Odyssey coming up next. Stick around. .921 Dixon and Vining, Talk 1095, Talk1095.com. Are you ready for the Jeff joke of the day?
Go for it.
My neighborhood barber just got arrested yesterday for selling drugs. I've been going to him for 6 years now. I never knew he was a barber. Good one, Jeff.
Pretty good.
Bravo.
Mm-hmm.
Giving you props on
Way
that
to wrap
one.
the weekend.
And
with
now
that.
this.
It's Steve's turn.
So, Christopher Nolan's latest epic movie, and I say that a little tongue-in-cheek, but I just looked it up. The average length of a Christopher Nolan directed film over the course of his career, 2 hours, 23 minutes. And it's only getting longer. But it's Homer's The Odyssey. And if you know I will use the term book, poem, whatever you want to call it, you're going to recognize, for the most part, the story. But considering how long the actual story is in written form, it could be very difficult to stick to it point by point. You could ask, for example, Peter Jackson about doing the Lord of the Rings trilogy, or frankly, any director who's tried to take on Tom Clancy and all of the details there. But all things considered, the script, actually a pretty well adaptation of the story. Pretty good, pretty well done. It explains kind of the 3-hour runtime if you really want to go nuts on it. 2 hours, 52 minutes to be exact. Matt Damon taking on the role of Odysseus, I kind of thought more than capably. His lonely wife, played by Anne Hathaway, carries her role pretty well. Maybe not quite as well as Matt Damon. Even Tom Holland of Spider-Man fame takes on the role of their son Telechamus. Yep, easy for me to say, quite capably. But all is not really well. The movie, again, being 3 hours, can get a little bit bogged down in the details. Truthfully, it's kind of like a lot of directors. They want to make sure that when they have this big production amount of money that they've spent on sets and different pieces on the sets, they want to make sure they get in all of these things. So there are some really long, overly drawn-out shots that could have been cut down some. But in the end, in trying to tell as much of the story as they possibly could, still would have probably been the better part of 3 hours. So just sit back and enjoy the scenery. It's pretty well done. Some people are a bit miscast, and we've talked about this. Truthfully, I'm not really pointing at Lupita Nyong'o of Helen of Troy, but let's face it, she isn't quite what one expects from all that we've ever heard or read, so that'll be a little bit of a surprise about Helen of Troy. The two miscastings, to me, are actually, first off, Athena, portrayed by Tom Holland's wife, Zendaya. I would expect Athena as a god to be, well, a little bit older, just to be real blunt. I mean, you know, she's a god in the mythology of the film. Whether or not you believe in that or not, it's up to you. So, yeah, I felt she was miscast. The obvious one is Ellen Page, and yes, I'm going to call herself Ellen. I don't care what the hell she wants. Still Ellen. Painfully obvious that she is indeed still a she, and very badly miscast as Anon. But the known faces keep coming. Debbie talked about it. This has a whole lot of people in it. Christopher Nolan does attract a whole heck of a lot of all-stars. Robert Pattinson is, well, he's Robert Pattinson, meaning for me, at very least, underwhelming. He does the role as written, and by the end, you're rooting for his ultimate fate. John Bernthal, to me, as Menelaus, well cast. He actually kind of wanted to see more of him. He's very good in that role. The action's well done. It's well shot. Does make the movie, strangely enough, seem a little bit shorter than its actual runtime, and that's kind of a feat. And while I doubt it's going to make the kind of money that Oppenheimer did, I could be easily surprised, and I say that. Yesterday, I went to a 2 p.m. showing on a Thursday afternoon, and that theater, the biggest theater of the 15 in that particular spot, had to be at least 2/3 full, maybe more, which is impressive for Thursday at 2 p.m. So maybe it'll start to get up there and do something along the lines of Oppenheimer. We'll see. This, again, not a perfect film. It doesn't follow the story exactly. You wouldn't expect it to anyway. Debbie is right. It does take a little bit from some of Homer's other stuff. It's not exactly the Odyssey 100% through, but it's, despite its obvious faults, pretty well done film. I'm going to go 7 out of 10.
Ooh, 7. He gives it a 7.
Wow.
All righty
That's
then.
more than I thought.
Okay. Well, you know, what I'm hearing is a lot of theaters that are full or close to full, which means that it's probably going to do fairly well at the box office, and then word of mouth will decide how it does. In the second week, I know that they have advertised it well. I know some people who usually have fairly good taste in things who are just dying to see this movie, and I'm like, I'm not so much. I'm not really dying to see this movie. I have better things to do with 3 hours of my life than do this. Now, interestingly, same director, about the same runtime, Oppenheimer. I was very excited about seeing that movie.
Yeah, I was more excited about that than this.
Yeah.
But I like Christopher Nolan as a general rule, so this was on I'm going to go see this.
Do you have a favorite Christopher Nolan movie?
Ooh, I don't know. Might have to go Dark Knight.
Dark Knight is great. Truly a wonderful movie. One of the best. Certainly one of the best of the Batman genre at all, I've got to go with Memento. I will never
Underrated film.
not love the movie Memento.
It's underrated.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that it starts at the end and goes backward, kind of. You have to you have to watch the whole thing and to figure out what the hell's going on here. And by the end of it, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I love those movies.
And Debbie, by the way, she was a little bit put off by the fact that this does kind of time jump because it's going back and he's trying to remember.
Yeah.
Matt Damon's character of Odysseus is trying to remember things. I'll give you the hint of the easy way to tell what timeline you're in.
Yeah.
Look at Matt Damon's beard.
Gotcha.
Colored and short, you're in the past.
Right.
Long, grayed, you're in the present time, and
Gotcha.
he's trying to get his memory back.
Well, that's
That
good.
helps.
I mean, because Nolan uses devices like that. When he did it in Oppenheimer, he put the past in black and white.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very helpful.
Yes.
It was
It
kind of like,
was helpful.
we're in black and white. I know that we're not in the present day.
And probably the most difficult one for me to do, which this one also did it, and you didn't realize at the beginning, but you started to realize it towards the end, was Dunkirk.
Yeah.
It kept jumping timelines. You would go from this story to this story, and it would be a different time.
Yeah.
And it took you a minute to catch on to it, and you felt for a minute like you were missing something, and then you realized at the end what was going on.
I'm not sure where I am or when I am. I'm confused. I need more popcorn. This is annoying me. I have to admit, I have not seen all of Dunkirk. I've seen a piece of Dunkirk, and I was told, "Oh, you saw that part? You've seen it all." I was like, "Oh,
Oh.
okay."
Once you get to the end,
And
you get
done.
the payoff.
Yeah.
You know, again, you're jumping around from one timeline to another, but it all starts to coalesce there as you get to the end, thankfully.
Not to mention, it's another one of those movies where if you know history, you pretty much know how it ends.
But again, we all
yeah.
went and rushed out and watched Titanic,
I
didn't
know.
we?
I know. Look, I find that stuff fascinating. I tend to side with Nate Bargatze, who says, I'm so bad at history that when I'm watching a based on a true story movie, I'm still wondering, how does this end? How does this... Yeah, that largely me as well. Although
that's the case.
Apollo 13, I knew how it ended. I was still
Did you?
fascinated by
Sure.
the whole thing. Worked
Absolutely.
out pretty well. All right. I don't know if I'm going to go. Look, this is this sucking all the oxygen out of the room this weekend. No one else is even opening a movie this weekend because they're like
Not going to touch this one.
There's
yeah,
no
I don't want
point
to go up
in
against it.
trying to compete with this monster that has got not just $250 million to make it, but a monster marketing budget as well. It has been advertised far and wide. Wide is half of it. You can't just advertise far. You got to advertise wide as well. And they have advertised all over, and probably another $150 million in advertising, which brings this thing up to about $400 million. It's going to have to make $500 million easy to break even. And it's-
I'd be
yeah.
surprised if this doesn't.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm thinking it might cross the billion mark. You know, it'll come close if not.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it'll easily make $750 million.
Okay.
Once you get past that point, I'm not sure.
Okay. We shall see. However, people do say if you're going to see it, you should definitely see it on a big screen. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of like,
Go see it. Well, wait another week or two. It'll be there for a little while.
Yeah,
for-
I'm not going this weekend. I got too much to do. I am absolutely buried this weekend, and that's okay. Next weekend, I'm taking a couple of days off, so
There you are.
I'll be going Friday and Monday.
Mhm.
Maybe I'll take one of those 2 days and go to the movies, huh?
There you
Huh?
go. You'll
Maybe?
have a little
Huh?
extra time.
Nobody goes to the movies on Monday.
Why not?
I might
yeah,
be
you
the
go.
one.
You might
I
be the
could
only
go
one
do
in the
that.
theater.
That's what I'm
Have
looking
the whole
for.
place to
I
yourself.
like being the only one in the theater.
Yeah.
You can break wind as much as you want. Nobody
All right,
complains. It's
Richard.
9:30, Dixon Inviting. 936, Dixon Dividing, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. You may have heard that there's been a little change in the forecast. You got about a 70% chance of rain this afternoon now. From out of nowhere, boom, here it
Wow.
comes.
We were like, wait a minute. We
Yep.
said it was like 20%. It was going to be beautiful all day today.
Nope.
What the heck?
Suddenly they changed it up and said 70% chance of rain.
I blame the Canadians.
Yeah, me too. Blame Canada.
I'm blaming Canada and their smoke. Get your
Tomorrow,
smoke out of here, will
We're
you?
down to a 10% chance of rain tomorrow, but then a 60% chance of rain again on Sunday.
See, we had tomorrow and Sunday correct, but I don't know what happened with today.
Well, tomorrow looks like a good day to get on a boat from Rodney's Marine. The Silverwave Starcraft pontoon tri-tune with the Suzuki engine. Those motors have got the 5-year warranty on them, so when you get Suzuki, you're getting top-notch, and that's what Rodney deals with. He puts them on his rental boats as well, and of course he can up-power your current boat with more Suzuki power if that's what interests you, because man, oh man, there is nothing like a cool, quiet, dependable engine you can count on that is going to get you across the lake zippity quick.
You know, you just mentioned it, boat rentals, and I think people tend to forget that. They're like, oh, we don't have a boat, but I sure would like to be out on Lake Logan Martin this weekend. They do rent boats, and don't forget they have a party boat. We neglect to tell you. This thing, I've seen people out on it. I was actually out on Lake Logan Martin, I think it was last summer, and there's a whole crew of girls. They were having some bachelorette party, and they were having a blast. It's got a giant slide on it. It's a lot of fun, and you can rent that from Rodney's Marine. It'll give you an opportunity to get out there and see these guys, see what Rodney's Marine is all about, and think about purchasing your own boat so you can take your family and friends out and about on a beautiful lake. And really any lake in central Alabama. Rodney says, hey, we'll put it on a trailer, your new boat, and get it to you. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be right there near Lake Logan Martin to have your boat. Let Rodney take care of you. And just know that you're dealing with one of the largest Starcraft and Suzuki dealers in the state of Alabama. And Rodney knows his stuff when it comes to lake life and boating and that sort of thing. So get in touch with him. Highway 231 in Cropwell, 525-1500. Call that number about renting a boat and talk to him about purchasing a boat. Rodney's Marine on Facebook, and visit his website, rodneysmarine.com.
In the business, 15 years.
Yep.
Pizza Hut is launching a limited-time 90s throwback value menu. With, for instance, a $3 personal pan pizza.
$3?
Just the one topping.
Well, that's still pretty good.
That's not bad at all.
Not bad, yeah.
I used to like the Supreme personal pan because it was slightly larger. Cost a little bit more, but worth every penny. And, of course, it had all the good stuff on it. But we'll take the one topping for $3. Beats a burger from a burger joint. $4 breadsticks, $10 medium stuffed crust pizza.
One topping.
One topping, sure. $4 cinnamon sticks, $3 Pepsi 2 liters. That's a little high. And a pair of new items, $5 s'mores sticks and $6 triple cheese mac. I want a
Those
s'mores
are pretty
stick.
good prices. Now, I would say that's not bad. And anytime you can get a medium stuffed pizza crust type pizza for $10, you're doing, that's okay.
Yeah, I think you
That's
are
not
doing
bad.
A-OK. Pizza Hut bringing back the nostalgic feel once again, revamping multiple locations across the U.S. to bring back the classic feel. That includes the return of salad bars, Pac-Man arcade games, and the signature red roofs. Customers may get to enjoy a temporary throwback to the 90s with bargain menu prices there as
I just want to go in there and sit at one of those tables and hear the Pac-Man machine running.
I always preferred Galaga.
Galaga's
Really?
okay. Galaga's okay.
Drink out of that red plastic cup.
That was a missile
Shoot,
command.
people will
guy
steal
there.
them nowadays. I'm
Oh,
telling
yeah,
you that. They'll be
absolutely.
like, they're so iconic. It's like, I'm going to steal this red
I
plastic
stole
cup.
them back then, too. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, bud.
Yeah.
Did you wrap it up in the tablecloth? Is that how you got out of there with it?
No, I walked out with beverage in it.
Oh,
I
really?
just walked out like it was
out.
like I owned it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Maybe they ought to sell
There
those.
may have been alcohol involved.
And,
Uh,
for 50 cents or a buck, you could buy the
You can buy the
red-
iconic red
Yeah,
cup.
why not?
Not a bad idea.
Mhm.
I'd buy a set of them.
Would you?
Sure. Why
Maybe,
not?
maybe they ought
Why
to sell
not?
a set.
There you go.
I'm sure somebody does.
A set of iconic Pizza Hut cups.
Hmm.
Did you know that one of the major frozen pizza brands is not who they claim to be?
How dare they?
Mm-hmm. DiGiorno. They love to say it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. What they should be saying is it's not delivery, it's Nestle. N-E-S-T-L-E-S. Nestle makes the very
Nestle.
best pizza. That's right. DiGiorno is actually owned by
Nestle,
Pizza.
wow.
Do you have any idea who owned it before them?
No.
Kraft.
Kraft sold it to Nestle?
What's interesting to me is that Kraft had a frozen pizza brand that was doing well. They didn't stick their own name on it. I guess they wanted it to, let's come up with something that sounds Italian.
DiGiorno.
Craftino. No, that doesn't work.
Craftino. Just add an O to the end
The
of
Craftini.
it, whatever it is you got.
No, that's not working for us. Almost 10 years later, Kraft introduced the DiGiorno brand in 1995, which differed from competitors with a self-rising crust. Am I wrong? Or wasn't the first rising crust the Freschetta? Because I remember seeing ads for Etta Freschetta, and she supposedly created this rising crust pizza, and it was great and everything. And then DiGiorno came along later. Or so I thought.
I don't know.
I could be wrong.
That may be depending upon what part of the country you were in.
Kraft Foods purchased Tombstone in 1986. 10 years later, they came up with a rising crust, and eventually they decided to unload that thing. And they sold both of them to Nestle.
According to this, DiGiorno had the first rising crust frozen pizza. Came out in 1995.
That's right. Okay. Well, there you go. You're right, Valerie. This is what part of the country I was in. I was in the black hole part of the country. Spam just launched its first ever hot dog. I know you want these, Valerie. You're such a huge Spam fan. Can't help yourself.
This is definitely not a beef hot dog.
No.
It's a Spam hot
all
dog.
beef is not going to do the job.
No. I think this will probably be a hit with people that do like Spam. They'll be like,
Oh, yeah.
I need a Spam hot dog.
If you're a hot dog and a Spam fan, then you're going to love this new
This is in your wheelhouse.
Spam debuted its brand new hot dog at the National Restaurant Association show this year, reimagining the classic dog we all know and love with its signature Spam flavor. According to the announcement, the dog tastes like the savory, salty, and slightly sweet flavor of Spam Classic.
With all of here's the thing. Why did they, well, it may be just the nostalgia of Spam, but with all of the hot dog possibilities out there, when you go into the grocery store, there are just some fabulous hot dogs out there. Spam, I don't even know if you have a shot with this, except for people that love Spam.
On Monday nights, where I play trivia, they are offering this month as one of their specials Spam hot dogs.
Yeah.
And I have not been able to bring myself to try it.
I know. No.
The Spam dog is currently only available at select restaurants, stadiums, and convenience stores across the country. But the brand says that the dog is expected to launch at additional locations throughout the summer. Right now, the dog can be found at Rutter's convenience stores in the Northeast, CHS Field in St. Paul, Minnesota, and select ABC stores in Hawaii. Hawaii does love their Spam.
Minnesota can have that hot dog.
I am with you all the way on that. I'm not a Spam fan.
Sorry, those.
I mean, don't
love
get me
Spam.
wrong. If you're out camping and you throw some Spam in a pan and you grill it up and you put some eggs in
We have other
there.
options. We're out camping. We have other options
No, if you're
than
camping,
Spam.
you don't. That's the problem.
You do.
You have no other option.
There's all
You're
kinds
optionless.
of options. It's called a cooler.
Don't know what you're talking
Put
about.
it in the cooler, then take it with you camping. What the heck?
Why do you suppose Red Robin is unable to keep restaurants open and going? I mean, it's a gourmet burger chain, and
Let
they
me
sell
tell you,
beer.
And their burgers are. When we had one here
Yeah.
in Birmingham, I went to. We had a deal going on with Red Robin.
Yeah.
I think we were giving away gift cards or something like that. It was a good burger.
I never
It
got
was
one.
really good.
They closed before I could ever get there.
I never went to the one here, but the first time we ever did it, we were going on a cruise in 2005 to Alaska, and we stayed overnight in Seattle. And we went to the Red Robin that was there. It was right down on the waterfront.
Yeah.
Because we'd never been there. We're like, okay, we'll give it a shot. And I'm with Valerie. I thought it was quite tasty.
Yeah.
I wonder why they're just not able to make it work, because they're closing 70 more locations. They closed all of them around here. We can't find our way into a Red Robin to save our lives. Was it the bottomless fries? They were offering bottomless fries for a while there. Maybe people like their fries fully
How about
closed,
this?
I'm
It
not
says
sure.
Red Robin is closing its restaurants in North Carolina in the coming weeks after agreeing to sell the property to Birmingham, Alabama-based commercial developer Capital Growth, whatever that is, Bookalter, for $3.3 million.
Alrighty then.
So a Birmingham-based company here is buying it.
We're buying it. And
Okay, then.
maybe
Well,
shutting
we
them
don't
down.
have any.
I don't know.
Let's go.
I'm
Bring it.
showing 2 in Huntsville and 1 in Montgomery.
Well, there you go.
Just skipping the Birmingham
Huntsville
area.
had 2. They had one here. It was in Trussville, and nobody went there, apparently. Oh, my. It looks like Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers is going to take on In-N-Out. They're going to charge into California. Open up some new locations there. See if they can't drive in and out,
Out.
Sure, out. More out than in.
Right.
580 stores around the country, Freddy's, for another place I've never been. Huh.
It's not a bad burger.
Mm.
It's
Not bad.
It's not first on my list, but it's not bad.
I know it's first on your list.
I had a couple.
You like Whiskey
first
Foxtrot.
Yeah.
I know that.
I haven't eaten there in a while. I like
Okay.
Culver's.
Yeah, Culver's
Mhm.
is supposed
I was
to be
going to
really
say national chain.
Yeah, national chain
probably
Culver's is kind of
Culver's.
high.
I could agree with that.
And Pillsbury has come up with pre-baked cinnamon rolls. What this is, you go like, well, don't they already have the tube? Yeah, no, they're actually already made, and they've already got the icing on them. All you have to do is pop them in the oven and basically warm them up. Mm-hmm.
These look like, yeah, it
Okay.
would take just a minute or two to heat them up because they've got the icing on it. The icing will melt all off of it.
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't want to overdo it, for sure.
No.
But you definitely want them to be a little, warmed up. If you can get it. I wonder if you could throw them in the microwave for
I was
a minute
about
or
to say,
two.
give it about 6 seconds.
That's
or
about
like a Pop-Tart.
Like the Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
Air fryer.
Air fryer. Oh, that'd be interesting. I could see that. Pre-baked cinnamon rolls. Those things are dangerous, man. I don't know. I'm not sure that's a good idea for me. Have that kind of cinnamon roll action around my house and available to me.
You know what? I'd be like, I don't even need to heat this thing up. Just
Yeah.
give it to me.
That's right.
It looks so good.
When you eat a cinnamon roll, do you start in the middle and work your way out,
No.
or do you work your way?
I just
Work my
take
way
it-
to the middle.
Do you peel it apart? And
I
No.
do, yeah.
yeah,
because that gets real sticky and messy.
I like that.
What's wrong with that?
The gooey
Just
middle
roll
part
it
is
across the
best.
counter.
Half the fun of an
Unroll
Oreo is
it.
taking the thing apart.
Yeah.
And, same idea.
Play with your food. That's what I say.
Exactly.
9:48, the Dixon and Vining question of the day, and your texts are coming up next. But first, I must remind you that Granger Thaggart Auction Marketing has got a couple of places up for auction coming up on the 23rd of this month. Absolute auction of the highest bidder, 13,000 square foot building at 65 Angus Street in Argo, Alabama. It's about 300 feet off US 11. About a minute from exit 148 on I-59. Just set that anywhere. The building is perfectly located for any business that needs a good layout for warehouse production. They got the big roll-up doors in there. You could fit more than one business in there. You want to become a landowner, an income property owner, this could make you some money. GTauctions.com if you want to see photos, you want to find out dates you can visit. That's GTauctions.com. Tell you all about it. There's another one coming up on the 23rd as well. That is 31 or so acres on the Argo Margaret Road, and it is very close to US 11. It is also half in Argo and half in unincorporated St. Clair County, which is interesting. This is true investment property. You're going to capitalize on the growth factor. That area is experiencing, it is expanding. Things are going great in Argo right now. You probably want to be a part of it. GTauctions.com to find out more. GTauctions.com. If you have something you would like to put up for auction, that's another place to go. GTauctions.com to get the 411. Do the kids still say that? The 411? To get the Google on all,
No.
the Wikipedia,
The interwebs.
the interwebs on all of these properties. GTauctions.com. 9:53, Dixon Dividing, Talk 99.5, Talk 99.5.com. You know, Reba got in trouble for this video. They started kind of picking on her. She was making these mini movies, you know. She really got into the video thing. And this was about a 6-minute video for a 3.5-minute song. And they were like, Reba, could you dial it back a little bit? You're taking up a lot of space on CMT over here. She's like, but Huey Lewis is playing my husband. Come on, this is big. 9:54. Let's take a look at some of the texts we have received. Let's see. Throughout much of my elementary school time, one of my classmates, says George Sanders, was a girl named Harriet Glasgow. Her birthday was one day before mine, July 17th. Today is her 65th birthday. Happy birthday, Harriet.
Sure, she appreciates being called out.
Happy early birthday for you, George. Tomorrow. Sam says St. Paul, Minnesota is where the women are strong. All the women are strong, and the men are good looking. That according to Garrison Keeler, of course, from the Prairie Home Companion. Clarissa says the Alabaster location wouldn't give me the Tuesday $3 personal pan price, telling me it was a promo
Dare they?
last July.
What?
But a lady came in behind me to pick her $3 deal she ordered online.
Oh.
Needless to say, they had to give me a Pizza Hut credit. The personal pan is smaller than the past anyway, not worth the trouble.
Wow.
Okay. Sorry, Clarissa.
Itty bitty pizza.
Sorry to hear that. So sad.
With a bagel bite.
That's what I'm envisioning.
Talk about itty-bitty pizza. Mm.
$3.
Listening to you talk through the daylight savings time adjustment, I can't help but wonder if I have the diarrhea parasite. No, that's not right. Mark said, did Steve see the Odyssey at an IMAX theater? I have tickets to see the movie at McWayne tonight. Yes, you did, though, right?
Really?
I
The
did, yeah.
McWayne.
But it wasn't at the McWayne, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, yeah.
But it was a very, very large screen.
I saw.
Wrap around a little bit.
Yeah, I saw Being Led Zeppelin at the IMAX. I'll never make that mistake again.
You might get a little
fair
sick.
warning, if you do go watch this at McWayne, have your head on a swivel. You'll have a lot
You're
going
gonna be
on.
moving
That's-
your head
see,
around.
that's too much.
It's just too big a
Yeah.
screen. It really is. The sound system, by the way, was great, though. Tony says, I wish they'd bring back the Shakey's Pizza Parlor. Don't we all? Shakey's would be great. GOG says, my parents told me that I could be anything I wanted to, so like Richard, I became a problem.
I don't think that's what they meant.
Hey, you have to
Gotta start somewhere,
strive
right?
for something.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry the Angry Trucker says, damn, Richard, I just realized I was my wife's stocking stuffer. 28 years ago, she took me home, played with me for a day or two, and after I was broken, forgot about me.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. All right, let's hit this, shall we?
Dixon and Vining's question of the day.
Okay, I know this is a weird one because I'm asking for kind of an emotional response, but it's a fair question. At what exact moment do you feel summer is over? We all know the date that it's supposedly over. But when do you feel like it's not summer anymore, Steve?
When toe meets football in a meaningful game.
Yeah, I think that's a safe assessment. What about you, Valerie?
I was going to use football. It's somewhere between the first and second game of the season.
Okay.
It's not usually the first game. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. We're still in summer. Why are we playing football?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, we're playing football. And then it's the next game.
Once you're into it, it's
game
okay.
number 2 is the one usually.
Yeah, I don't know why. To me, it's a little deeper into September 10th, September 11th, something like that. Because my birthday is September 24th. So I know my birthday is in fall.
So you and I are in the
so
same
it's
wheelhouse.
Almost kind of feel like
First game, going to be September 5th. The next game is November 12th.
September
I said
12th,
it again,
yeah.
September 12th.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right. That feels like in the
By
zone.
November, it definitely feels like fall.
You're way past summer.
Scott says when we open Christmas presents. Okay. Catherine, when the air smells like bacon.
Nothing like fall and some bacon, right?
Deb says July 5th. Now that's not
July.
not as strange an answer as you might think.
No, not
because,
really. I'm done with summer. It's July 4th,
I mean,
5th.
you're
I'm done.
leading up to summer up to that point, and then on the 5th, you're kind of on your way back down again. I can see why people are like,
Sean A. says Labor Day.
Christopher Columbus Day, says Jerry. That's really late. When my power bill is below $300, says Patty. Mine will be off the charts this month, I can tell you right now. When I have to turn around and go back to the house to get a jacket, says Jan. Okay. When you all start playing Christmas music.
Hold your breath.
When I see the yellow butterflies. Summer's never really over in Alabama. Don't pack up those shorts. As a kid, when it was time to get school clothes. Right, yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. Grumpy Old Goat says when the trees start turning colors. Mark says when I can walk down the beach without a crowd.
P. Sam says, when I purchased my first bag of mini chocolate bars that will not make it to Halloween. Yeah. When they start selling chili again at Dimitri's, says Tom. That's a pretty good gauge. When I feel a change in the air floating in my pool, it's a very distinct difference. I know the feeling, Carla. I know what you're talking about. When Walmart starts putting Christmas stuff out, which is usually in September or early October.
I was thinking right about now.
I got news for you. Within a week. At least Big Lots will have it up within a week. I guarantee it. Ollie's will have some within a week as well. They've already got Halloween stuff out. Have you seen that?
Yeah, in some places.
Like,
Halloween
y'all, it's
stuff.
too soon.
What are you doing?
Too soon.
When I hear a marching band play at a football game, says Emily. Shaney, when you walk out the door in the house in the morning and there's that crisp, dry bite to the air, sometimes we get a little taste of it early and it'll get hot again, but it still feels like the end. Opening day of duck season, says Steve. Good. First day, there's no more Easter candy at Dollar General about a week after the Christmas candy comes in. When the lake starts dropping. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
These are all good answers. I love it when you people really step up and play. It is Dixon and Vining out the door. Skippy and Jimbo coming your way next, a.k.a. Andrew McLean and The Line featuring John Bird. We'll be back Monday, dark and early, 6 a.m. Talk at you
Bye-bye.
then. Dixon and Vining. Bye-bye now.